Hey guys, James with TFBTV. 2020 was kind of a shitty year, but fortunately, there were guns to console us. In fact, I'm thinking about 5 guns from 2020 that were pretty hot. We're doing the top 5 guns of 2020. Criteria generally is these are guns that were introduced in 2020 and went on sale in 2020. Got quite a few here. There are some tough choices. I polled the editors at TFB and I polled all of our viewers and our subscribers who are on our Discord chat room to see which ones were the best. This is the list we came up with. Starting with one that's kind of weird, a little bit off the wall for number 5. This is appropriately the Ruger 5.7. It might be premature to say the 5.7 cartridge is experiencing a renaissance, but it has done something that most proprietary-ish specialized calibers don't do. Basked in increased popularity decades after its introduction. Now, in addition to the FN 5.7 pistol and the P90, a number of manufacturers have already committed to the 5.7. Ruger introduced the Ruger 57 on the 1st of 2020. Unlike the $1,000 FN 5.7, the Ruger 5.7 is reasonable with a $650 street price. It's got a 5-inch barrel and a whopping 20+1 round capacity. Our boy Hop reviewed this gun and learned that that 20-round magazine will actually hold 21 rounds. And by Hop's emo millennial gun review standards, he seemed impressed. The Ruger 5.7 is light recoiling and features a hardened billet steel slide with lightning cuts, drilled and tapped for optics. It's got an excellent fiber optic front sight and adjustable rear sight. It uses an internal hammer design with a better than average trigger pull and a positive reset. But does 5.7 have any practical application, or is it just a range toy? With nearly double the velocity of 9mm, the 5.7 has a much greater range than 9, and it's also said to be 30% lighter recoiling. But even with this extreme velocity advantage over the 9, the 5.7 delivers only about 50 to 60% of the energy of 9mm. More importantly, however, it seems terminal performance is comparable. SS197SR 40 grain 5.7 VMAX makes a permanent wound cavity similar to a 124 grain plus P plus round, and with the same, if not slightly more penetration. In summary, the 5.7 round uses a bottleneck case like the 357 Sig, which is theoretically supposed to increase reliability. 30% lower felt recoil, 20 rounds into a full-size frame for more capacity. The ability to defeat body armor and increase range are all advantages. So am I going to start carrying the Ruger 5.7 as my everyday carry? Probably not, but I am keeping an open mind to the potential for the 5.7 round, and because of manufacturers like Ruger, I think we're going to be seeing more guns using it. This is my number 4, but if it were my way, it would be a little bit higher, and then you guys would get pissed off and call me a Glock shill. That's okay. Glock 43X MOS and the Glock 48 MOS. Now I can add an optic, a red dot sight, to my Glock 43X and my Glock 48, 2 of my most favorite carry guns. Not to mention, they also have a rail, so you can mount a flashlight, say for example, the Surefire XSC that I recently reviewed. Glock giving us options from a platform that's done very well. The 43X, the 48, they've been very popular. And to see the MOS versions come out now with the ability to add accessories, with the ability to add an optic, huge benefit. For those of you who don't know, the Glock 43X and the Glock 48 are Glock's new single stack, and I'm making air quotes, they're single stack subcompact guns. The 48 in particular shares like a 2-dimensional frame similar to the Glock 19, the popular Glock 19. However, these guns are only an inch thick, and they are 10-round single stack guns. However, Shield Arms makes a 15-round flush fit magazine for both the 43X and the 48. The magazines are cross-compatible, so you're getting a lot of power in a small package. You're getting essentially at this point Glock 19 MOS performance if you combine the 43X or the 48 with the Shield mags in something that you can easily stuff into your pants. That's why it's number 4. Moving up to number 3. Now, I have to say, me personally, I wasn't particularly wowed by the Sig P320 AXG because I think the Sig P320 with the polymer frame is just fine. But many of you out there, FUDs, many of you out there really wanted a metal frame Sig P320. You saw that as maybe a weak point of the Sig P320. So now you get what you want with the Sig P320 AXG. And in fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and let my boy, Phil Strader from the Sig Academy, explain a little bit of the 320 AXG so you guys can see why that was my number 3 pick.
The nice thing about this gun is now that the grip module is made out of aluminum, it does two things. It gives you absolute complete control over how you want the gun to look. You can Cerakote it, you can put stainless PVD on it, you can do clear anodized. Possibilities are really limitless, and that's just the frame. We're not even talking about, or the grip module, we're not talking about the grip panel. So this has grip panels on the side and of course a grip insert in the back that slides on from underneath, which means you can adjust the size on these, the color, the texture, anything you can think of. And right now they're going to come with the Piranha G10 grips on this model. The next model probably will come out with something a little bit different, but it has all the X series features, flat trigger. This actually has a front and rear dovetailed sight with a plate cover. So this is similar to what law enforcement is using, especially the sight setup. This is a U-notch rear, but you can take this plate off, put an optic on, and with tall sights you can co-witness with no problem. And it's just a really interesting pistol. We actually did change the mag catch. We did with a round mag catch here just to make it look a little bit different, improve the beaver tail. This grip module was actually redesigned from the ground up, and it feels great. The recoil is very direct. That's the other thing you're going to get from an aluminum gun. Very direct recoil, and it's sharper, but you're back on target quicker.
This one, it was actually a lot of internal conflict for me. Not a precision rifle guy, not a hunter, not a bolt action guy, but I have got to say, I was extremely impressed with the Springfield Waypoint. Truly, the Springfield Waypoint is something to get excited about, at least for me, because I like the fact that it's not complicated. It seems like my prior 2 options were either spend a ton of money, build something myself, or get like a piece of shit Walmart special bolt action rifle. None of those were appealing. Well, this is a lightweight package, guys. It doesn't look like it, but you've got carbon fiber and all kinds of crazy lightweight shit on this gun where you pick it up and you're shocked.
James,
that was actually all the way up to target a whole human.
Yep. So yeah, a full mil left.
Woo!
There
you go.
The Waypoint is built around what Springfield calls the Model 2020 Action. The stainless steel Action has an integral recoil lug and pairs with a fluted bolt for extra weight savings. It has dual cocking cams and an enhanced extractor for high pressure loads. The blueprinted Action is hand laid in a pillar bedded stock. Pillar bedding is a process where pillars are embedded in the stock to support the Action. Speaking of stocks, many of you bolt gun guys out there have already recognized the hand-painted carbon fiber stock made by AG Composites, which is one of my favorite components of this gun. Trigger Tech Field Trigger with an adjustable pull weight from 2.5 to 5 pounds is standard with this rifle, and it has a crisp, consistent break. This all means that Springfield can offer this gun with a 3/4 MOA accuracy guarantee. You guys remember I did a review of this gun. I brought it out to Thunder Ranch, did the week-long counter sniper course out there. It performed perfectly. We also had to hike these sons of bitches up a mountain to take 1,200 to 1,500 yard shots, and it was really no problem. I mean, the gun in the all carbon fiber configuration, which is what I would recommend. That is the carbon fiber sleeved barrel with the carbon fiber stock, loaded out with options, guaranteed 0.75 MOA guarantee. That's the route I would go. Everyone who got to shoot the Waypoint at the counter sniper course was impressed.
Jeez.
Nice rifle.
Myself, Ryan, Clint Smith, Heidi Smith, Jack Daniel, one of the instructors up there, even Taryn Butler shot it and said, damn, this is actually a pretty good gun. Am I a bolt action gun guy now? Not necessarily, but if I were, this might be the way I'd swing. Moving on up to my number 1. If you are surprised by this, that means you've never watched TFBTV before. Welcome to our channel. But those of you who watch TFBTV on a regular basis, in particular this spring, and you saw the launch of the H&K MP5K PDW, you're gonna know that that is my number 1 pick. H&K has introduced the H&K MP5K PDW almost 30 years after it was originally introduced to the military and law enforcement markets. That's right, today H&K is introducing the SP5K PDW, just like it introduced the SP5 last year. Both of these being the civilianized versions of their respective model numbers. Like the SP5 from last year, the H&K SP5K PDW is a faithful reproduction. It has all the features that you or I want. It is made in Germany on the same assembly lines as all the other MP5s and MP5Ks, MP5K PDWs, and it can be imported because it's a pistol. So you don't have to worry about 922R compliance. It's of course chambered in 9mm with a 30 round capacity if you're using the standard HK MP5 mags. Obviously it uses the roller delayed blowback system from the H&K MP5, although it has a shortened bolt carrier group. This one's got an ambidextrous safety. This has magazine parts compatibility, handguard compatibility, stock compatibility with the MP5K and the MP5K PDW, so parts are already out there. I spoke with H&K's engineers before I made this video, and they wanted me to emphasize that this is an H&K MP5K PDW Navy. It's as close as possible to the military issued H&K MP5K PDW. This is well done, it's well executed, it's a blast to shoot. I'm saying that this is a buy. I know a lot of people are gonna be really pissed off because this thing costs $3,000, and in fact, whenever the first copies rolled out, I saw them on like Gunbroker and stuff for like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. It was absolutely insane, but people want the real deal from H&K, and I would argue that not only is this one of the best 9mm PCCs that's ever come out, but this is one of the best ones from H&K. As I mentioned in the video for the H&K MP5 PDW, you have the tri-lug barrel, you've got 1/2x28 threaded, you've got the paddle magazine release. Everything is done perfectly, unlike with the MP5K when that came out a few years back. No threaded barrel, no tri-lug, no paddle magazine release. So they listened to the consumer, they did everything right. I think that this is one of the best guns that H&K has made for the civilian market in a long time. In all, I gotta say this was a tough list to come up with. There were some pretty awesome guns from 2020. The MP5K PDW was the one that was the most exciting for me. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. I wanna say thanks a ton, guys. You made it a great 2020 for TFBTV. Thanks for watching. Thank you to our sponsors, Blue Alpha, Ventura Munitions, and your online shooting sports superstore, Top Gun Supply. Stay tuned, and guys, check out Gunfest 2021 because we're gonna be bringing you all of the newest entries from your favorite manufacturers for 2021 on TFBTV through our TFBTV Gunfest 2021 coverage. Take care.